3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First carry for Raheem Mostert.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert.
And he powers his way up past the 30. They'll call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. 9-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. You get blocked. 21. Here we go. You get blocked.
Now Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
1st and 10. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
goal to kick off for San Francisco.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Steven Sims on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Antonio Gibson, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on yard line. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that to Bryce Love out of the backfield, but now it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Haskins. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a give right side. Gibson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Nothing our score after 1.
With the score, Niners 6, Washington nothing.
On 2nd and goal. Haskins, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes this Washington 7, 49ers 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
55 mark, 55. I got you.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They hand it off to Mostert. Mostert hit and he drops the ball. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now left side on the swing pass. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, it's Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. There's Garoppolo to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack. Watch the slack. 31's the mic.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Corey Coleman back deep to return. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now Haskins on first down. Open man is Kroom, the tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's tackled at the 20.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Second active leading rusher in the NFL. It's Adrian Peterson.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Officially just 20 go on offense at their own 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Complete to Austin.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second completion on first down.
Check, 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 check.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Stay with your man. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming. 21, 21. Switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
4 down. Check, check.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Here we go. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Let's make these babies cry.
Garoppolo again. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold to add the extra point. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13.
Ties the game, 13 all. For San Francisco.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try the left side. Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
7-yard line.
3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run the counter. It's Gibson, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
3rd down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line.
1-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
4-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Garoppolo now.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
31's the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
This is swung out to Eckler.
So we come upon halftime with a tie score, 13-all. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
For San Francisco.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Steven Sims now on the return. A little juke. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
1st and 10.
While he gets attended to, we'll step aside.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
A gain of
Good,
9.
strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Washington.
touchdown.
Antonio Gibson with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And Washington has taken the lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
This is Washington 20, 49ers 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now Jones. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Niners take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. 2nd down at 7. So that'll back him up 5. On 2nd down, it's Gibson, and he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Antonio Gibson.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 7, and this is 3rd down.
From the gun, Haskins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there.
Here's Garoppolo tossing quickly out wide. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now goal for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game at 20-all. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Here's Sims to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
The ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's second and a yard from the 34. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 37-yard line.
On second down now. It's Love. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the...
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
56.
Operating from the gun, Haskins, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets him 8
and 2 at the 23-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm here all day.
Now a man primed for an increased workload. It's Austin Eckler. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On play action, now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. From the gun on third, Garoppolo winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, Haskins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Defense wins championships, baby. Mike 56, Mike 56. All day, all day.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
56, check 56.
Here's Mostert. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
At the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
53, hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
It's Eckler again. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The kickoff for San Francisco.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And the Washington first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Gibson.
11 yards there, 1st down.
Brought down by Jimmy Ward. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Washington.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Taken down.
Stop made by Fred Warner, who was the Niners' leading tackler during their run to the Super Bowl last year. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here we go with Haskins. Dancing to his left. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
McLaurin, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9 yards.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
36-yard attempt.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal.
4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right now. 54. Watch the pass.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. First throw of overtime for Haskins. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Mostert. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
56, the muck boy, 56. Check 56.
What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the 49ers, they move back over 500 at 7-2.